walking outside of your house and seeing dead bodies on the streets, smelling the foul smell of the disease everywhere you walked. Imagine looking at your leg one day and seeing a huge bump on it, which indicated that you were infected with something that was not curable. Well, that is what people had to live through during the age of the Black Death. The Black Death started in 1340s in Central Asia. It traveled towards Europe and then spread, affecting Sicily, North Africa, mainland Italy, Spain, France, Hungary, and Scandinavia. It traveled on black rats. The black rats carried fleas which had the disease. The fleas would kill the rats and then move to the humans and give the disease to them.
The disease was called Yersinia pestis. It infected the body of whoever carried it. The three types of plagues were called the bubonic, pneumonic, and septicemic. The bubonic plague victim showed egg-sized swollen glands. The pneumonic plague attacked the lungs and was the most infectious. The rarest one of all was the septicemic plague. It spreads by fleas and it rapidly attacks the bloodstream.
Some doctors used bloodletting to try and cure the plague. They would cut the patient's arm and allow some blood to flow into a bowl. To block out the smell of sickness, doctors put vinegar-soaked cloths in a beak mask and put it around their head. Being infected with the disease was not surprising at the time. The disease was spreading quickly and could get to you anytime. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. This song is actually about the Black Death. Ring around the rosy is the swollen glands on the bodies of people caused by the bubonic plague. Posies were flowers that were used to make a pleasant smell. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down is referring to when people were burned after they died. The Black Death was able to cut down 1/3 of the population in Asia and Europe. It affected 80% of Europe's population. Fortunately, the Black Death ended in 1351. By 1361, people had started forgetting about the Black Death and some aspects of daily life resumed. After the Black Death, there were changes in the economy of Europe. Since it affected about 80% of Europe's population, there were changes in the way land was farmed and held. One of the most important conditions was the depopulation of rural areas. It brought environmental changes. The population density in pre-plague Europe was so high, and the size was so extensive that it was in danger of reducing to a poor state. The Black Death reversed this. There were also land changes. Depopulation virtually ended slavery in Western Europe. 20 million people died from the Black Death, and it was a nightmare, but many people were able to stay strong and survive.